Let me go across to Rakesh Sinha first. Professor Sinha, you've been in the Rajya Sabha. Now, I was in Parliament all day today, and across political lines, including some in the BJP, felt that this is not how voluble the Vice President usually is. Whoever's in the chair is usually far more sober, says far lesser, doesn't take partisan views. That's been the position so far. Jagdeep Dhankhar seems like an active participant in the political contest. Is that out of line, or do you think if the opposition is going to be as pugnacious and as aggressive, it's only inevitable that Jagdeep Dhankhar defend himself and end up saying the kind of things that he is?
All those people who know Sri Jagdeep Dhankhar ji, they know that he is a liberal democratic. He is one of the most learned personalities of this country. And being the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, his role is bipartisan. He does not favor any political party. His role is to rectify the destructive politics which opposition is doing. I am giving one example. When I joined the Rajya Sabha, I got the first call. The day it was notification, which name you would like to be, like to prefer to be called in the Rajya Sabha. I could have told them it is Rakesh Kumar Sinha, Rakesh Sinha, Professor Rakesh Sinha. Whatever the name I propose and I consent, that name is being taken by the chairman. So I think the debate is very futile. If she thinks that her name should be corrected, there is one more chance. She can go to the Rajya Sabha Secretariat and can say that my name should be Jaya Bachchan or Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. If my name is Rakesh Sinha, the chairman is liable to call me as Rakesh Sinha. He cannot say ki Rakesh or Sinha. It is not an informal gathering, it is a formal gathering. So I think such objections are futile. The country which has been witnessing so many issues. Look, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the biggest characteristic is that inequality is reversed. The first time you go to the villages, you go to the remotest area, you can find the changed economic situation.
Okay, so we'll come to the economy in just a moment, but you've made an important point. I want Juhie Singh to respond to it. Okay.
Just one point, Rahul, one sentence, just let me complete, one sentence. You know, the parliament is a forum to discuss the most vital issues country is facing or country outside the country which is concerned to the country facing. It is Bangladesh, the question of Bangladesh. It's a question of here Waqf Board. The third highest property after army and rail. Waqf Board has the highest property.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Now, Juhie is saying,
sensitive manner.
Here's the thing. It's members of parliament who tell the office of the chair how they'd like to be referred to. And if, like Harivansh said, if it was written in front of him that Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, and he also mentioned that if you want to get this changed, please tell us, and the office can, through formal process, get this changed. You can be called Jaya Bachchan, no problem. Now, this is just fact, it's procedure. Yet, Jaya Bachchan taking umbrage to be called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, whereas that's the official name that's written in the Rajya Sabha record books at this moment.
Rahul, I think the Rajya Sabha is our assembly of elders, people from various walks of life who've really proved themselves, represent themselves there, and Jaya Bachchan ji, who's been a member of parliament 5 times, made it clear in her own way that in that particular space of the parliament, she would like to be called Jaya Bachchan, not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan ji. And I think that's what she was referred to as earlier. It was about 3 times or 4 times. Sometimes she got it to the public platform in jest, sometimes very seriously. So I cannot understand why this particular way of being sarcastic that she has to be addressed by this name. What was the very important propriety which the chairman was maintaining? I cannot understand. It's beyond my understanding. Of course, there are important matters. Of course, there should be a certain decorum, a certain seriousness to the discussion.
No, but why not follow formal procedure and get the name changed?
I would say that the chairman...
No, 1 second, ma'am. You're not answering my question. Follow process, get the name changed.
That's really up to her. That's really up to her, and she was referring to the chairman who was presiding over the house at that time. So why was the chairman so insistent calling her by that
because
name?
that's the name. You just heard what Rakesh Sinha said. He could have given the name Professor Rakesh Sinha or Rakesh Kumar Sinha. If it is written in front of the chair that the name of the member of parliament is Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, go to the office of the chair, get the name changed. It's as simple as that.
Rahul, you can also tell your chairman not to call me by Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, and please, there is no established, I would say, even if it's written in the book, I think that would, that much exchange of, or communication would be established between the chair and the member of the parliament.
Let Sanju Verma respond to this, that on day one,
the prerogative of knowing
Jaya Bachchan already told the chair, at that time it was Harivansh ji, that she didn't want to be called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, that she wanted to be called Jaya Bachchan. Now, surely after that, it's all, that's the point that Jaya Bachchan makes. It's almost like you're rubbing it in through the tonality. Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. She said, "Bhai, nahi bolo mere ko Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. Call me Jaya Bachchan." She's told you that. Now listen to what she's saying. Why try and rub it in? Why not be conciliatory at something as simple and basic as that?
You know, Rahul, I heard everybody, and let me make it very clear to you. You know, often I'm told, oh, Sanju Verma personal ho jati hain. Aaj personal hoongi danke ki chot par. I normally make data my weapon when I'm on debates as feisty as the ones that you conduct. But today, let me get personal. जब इल्जाम लगा ही है, तो खड़े उतरने की जरूरत है. I tell on your channel without any qualms whatsoever, Jaya Bachchan has forgotten that she is no longer Guddi, no longer Anamika, and Rajya Sabha is not her residence, which is named Pratiksha. Point number 2. Jaya Bachchan says she has 5 terms to her credit as a member of parliament. I want to ask Jaya Bachchan, apart from being Battamiz, Baddimag, and apart from having nuisance value, tell me 5 big private member bills that you have introduced, 5 big debates that you have been
not
a
getting
part of.
personal?
I did not interject you, shut up. I did not heckle you, shut up. Thank you.
No, but what's the point that you're making? No, but one second, Sanju Verma, you can say what you will, but you must, one second, turn Juhie Singh's audio down. Sanju Verma, listen, you can most certainly finish, but you will answer my question. My question is, here is a lady who's, and you're a woman yourself, and anybody, man, woman, and child, anybody. He says, I would like to be referred as Jaya Bachchan. I don't want to be referred to as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. She said this on day one. It gets repeated multiple times. I mean, that's offensive. That's not right. I mean, just be courteous.
Can I, Rahul, I noticed the other panelists, and I don't want to play victim card. You either give me time to speak or tell me, Sanju Verma, consume Favicol and sit on my show. I will do that willingly. You did not interject anybody.
Ma'am, answer my question. Sanju Verma, answer my question.
Do not keep
yes.
heckling me. I will answer. You asked a question, I have the patience to listen. I'm not here to listen to your bhashan. I will give my answer. You can then interject me post that. There is no question of rubbing it in. As you rightly said in your introduction, Rajya Sabha has a record book where every nominated member of parliament, elected member of parliament, what have you, have their names enlisted, and it is the prerogative, rather the duty of the chair, be it the speaker, be it the vice president in the case of the Rajya Sabha, to address the concerned member of parliament by his or her name, as is mentioned in the official record books. And if Jaya Bachchan ko itni takleef hai at being called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, madam, Rajya Sabha has Rule 38, Rule 39, whereby you can undertake an affidavit and say officially that I will be called Jaya Bachchan and not Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. I repeat, Rahul, Jaya Bachchan is a nuisance. She has done nothing.
I don't want this debate to go low. I want to raise the quality of the debate. Ashutosh, you've covered Parliament for a long time in your previous avatar as journalist. Parliament has processes, it has procedures. I can't get in if I don't have a pass ki aap me shakal jante ho, let me go. It doesn't work like that. You need a proper pass to go in, and if your name is written as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, it's written as Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. There's a process. Rather than playing the victim card, rather than making this about, oh, I don't like your tonality because you're being disparaging towards me, just go to the chair's office and get your name changed.
Rahul, first of all, let me congratulate my friend Rakesh Sinha for being so dignified, so poised, and so polite, forcefully putting his argument. And his argument was heard. when you are shouting at somebody, when heckling somebody, the whole purpose of the argument goes. And that's what exactly has happened in the parliament today. Jaya Bachchan wanted to be called as a Jaya Bachchan. It's a very simple request. Why the chair could not have allowed that? I just fail to understand. This shows there is a total breakdown of communication between the Treasury chair and the opposition. Nothing else. Nothing could be more dangerous for the democracy than the breakdown of communication, and that too between the chair and the parliamentarians. The whole episode could have been done in a more polite manner by just a smile or some jokes cracked, like Harivansh ji has done it earlier. The same issue was there, but Harivansh ji was smiling. Jaya Bachchan also smiled, and the matter ended there. Today, when Jaya Bachchan said कि मैं माफी के साथ कहना चाहती हूं कि आप मुझे आपकी टोन पसंद नहीं आई. Look at the way chairman has reacted. He has gone on a different tangent. Okay. I know how to deal with this. You might be a
Rakesh Sinha, this is an important point Ashutosh makes, that the job of the chair is to keep debate flowing in parliament. You want to just lubricate the conversation. And the way to do it is, okay, ma'am, you don't want to be called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan. I suggest that you go, you meet the office, we'll get it changed. Till then, we'll call you Jaya Bachchan. That you do as courtesy. The moment, despite the lady saying she doesn't want to be called Jaya Amitabh Bachchan, you keep calling her Jaya Amitabh. It's like you're wanting to rub the nose in. You're trying to, just making it very acrimonious between government and the treasury, between government and the opposition benches. Is this being done deliberately? Is the Vice President trying to score political points rather than live up to the position that he currently holds? Rakesh Sinha, you're on mute, I think. Okay, let Sanju Verma respond to this question.
Hello.
Yes, I hear you now, Rakesh Sinha. My question is, the job of the vice chairperson, the job of the president, the vice president is to lubricate the debate. Is the vice president guilty of becoming a participant in the debate? He should just lubricate the debate, just as light touch as possible, rather than jumping in and becoming a full-fledged participant.
No, Vice President Mr. Dhankhar adding and contributing in the debate in a manner so that the rupture which has been taking place in the parliament should be corrected. So I think his knowledge.
No, why should the Vice President sitting on the chair participate in the debate? I don't understand this. It's the job of MPs to debate. The Vice President isn't a participant in the debate.
I'm coming to the core point. When Ashutosh ji's full name is something else, I don't want to call that name because he declared that he is Ashutosh. Parliament is not an informal gathering, it is a formal process. It is not the chairman who cultivates the name. The name comes from the secretariat. The question
no, I've understood this. You've made this point. I'm now asking the second question. Is the Vice President at this time seeming like a participant in the political debate in Rajya Sabha rather than the referee?
No, not at all. Not at all. If he is a knowledgeable person of the Constituent Assembly debate, if he knows the parliamentary proceedings, if he has read every earlier debate, and he is contributing in the process of debate, it is not partisan. If he is quoting the Constituent Assembly, if he is quoting some other convention and he's starting a new convention,
Vice Presidents didn't do this.
That is
it's not like Venkaiah Naidu and the others were less knowledgeable. They never spoke as much.
No, you have right to compare between the two, but I find Mr. Dhankhar is the most learned person. He is contributing in the parliamentary debate, not as a partisan, but in the process of debate.
Okay, Ashutosh, each person has his own style. Just because Venkaiah Naidu didn't do it or somebody else in the past didn't do it, doesn't mean that Dhankhar can't. There's nothing that stops him. He's trying to do things his own way. He's witty, he's funny, he is learned, he is well read, there's no doubt about it. And he's letting some of his knowledge come through.
See, Rahul, you are moderating the debate. If you start loving your own voice now and then, you will not let us speak. And this is what exactly is happening in the House. No disrespect to the Vice President. But I have seen how Venkaiah Naidu ji has been conducting themselves, how Bhairav Singh Shekhawat has conducted themselves in the same parliament. They command such a huge respect of the opposition. They used to command such huge respect. Why that respect is vanishing today? I think the chairman has to look within also, instead of blaming only to the parliamentarians. Jaya Bachchan is not a new parliamentarian. She has been in the parliament for in the last 4 terms.
Sanju Verma, respond to Ashutosh. If the anchor, the moderator, the vice president or the chair of the Rajya Sabha seems to be in love with his own voice, wants to talk more than the MPs. I was in parliament all day and I know that many MPs were saying, "Arey, hame to bolne ka mauka hi nahi milta, wo hi lage hue." They were saying this off camera, but that's a sentiment. Yes, Sanju Verma, respond to that.
Thank you. Let me say one thing. Ashutosh is right. The anchors cannot fall in love with their own voices. I can never hold Rahul Kanwal culpable of this because I think he's very fair. Of course, his colleague Jagdeep has the bad habit of saying fader down. Put Sanju Verma's fader down. I will not allow her to do cross-talking. Rahul Kanwal thankfully does not suffer from that. Now let me come to the more important point. Do you remember, Rahul, barely few months back, what happened? Kalyan Banerjee, a member of parliament, came out of parliament and in full public view, Sonia Gandhi was standing there, some TMC MPs were standing there, Jaya Bachchan was there, some Samajwadi Party MPs were there. He started mimicking in the most deplorable and despicable manner Jagdeep Dhankhar. And I clearly remember that people like Priyanka Chaturvedi, Jaya Bachchan, Mamta Banerjee, Mahua Moitra, in सबसे पूछा गया, why have you not bothered to condemn? What did they say? Arey, Kalyan Banerjee just mimicked Jagdeep Dhankhar in a lighter vein. You mimic the presiding officer, the chair of Rajya Sabha, who's the vice president of India, and you want to be given a free pass.
That's an important point. That's an important point.
My last point, please. Thank you. Do you remember the date? 20th December 2022, Rahul? I'm not trying to ask you a GK question. Please bear with me, Juhie Singh. Aapka time aayega. 20th December 2022. I remember that speech of Mallikarjun Kharge. Rahul, can you please ask her to keep quiet? I don't wish to be rude, but I will not heckle her. I expect her to not get so rattled. Thank you. 20th December 2022.
Shut up on this panel.
Let us speak. No, one second. I try and be as fair as I possibly can. Juhie Singh's fader goes down. Allow Sanju Verma 20 more seconds to complete our argument. After that, I move on. Sanju.
Yes. So I want to tell your audience, Rahul, the date was 20th December 2022. Mallikarjun Kharge had already taken over as the Congress president. And this is what he said on the floor of the Rajya Sabha. He said, अरे तुम्हारी पार्टी से तो एक कुत्ता भी नहीं लड़ा था देश के लिए, तुम्हारी पार्टी से तो एक कुत्ते ने भी देश के लिए जान नहीं दी, referring to the BJP.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Prime Minister Modi did not castigate him. He simply said, हमारे यहाँ कुत्तों की परंपरा से बातचीत नहीं होती है. Did